Hi there. So if you're watching this video, you're probably wondering a little bit about our link building process and what does it actually look like as an SEO agency. So I'll take you through how it works in the instances of two types of businesses. So if you're a awesome new company and you're just starting out with SEO, you've got your brand, you've built your business, your services or your products, or you're something else entirely, and you're ultimately looking to take things to the next level and take on an SEO agency, then you are, pre-SEO, or really at least at the beginnings of it. Or alternatively, you've done some SEO yourself, or you've had an agency and things haven't gone quite right and you're looking to get it done properly. That's the first scenario that we'll go through. The second scenario that we'll go through is a established company. You're already getting a couple of page one, rank one potentially rankings. Well done you. And you're looking to take things to that next level, and you're either maybe not happy with the SEO agency that you're with, you're just looking to shake things up, or you've got someone internally who is maybe moving on to different positions. So these are the two areas that we look at, and let me take you through the link building process for each of them. So if you're the new business, first of all, well done, awesome. What we do is looking at number one, looking at Web 2.0 listings. So what I mean by that is looking ultimately at building your branded social profile on the internet to establish to Google that, hey Google, we're here, hi, hello. And then looking at the 2.0 level types of properties. So your branded ring would be stuff like your Pinterest, your Twitter, your LinkedIn company page, your Google+, all of these elements, right? The secondary tier to that is also then looking at Blogspot, Blogger, Tumblr, Reddit, Quora, Evernote, it goes on, Medium, it goes on and on, but it's a way of establishing, your footprint quite healthily online, and then potentially setting up some level of syndication, not duplication, but actual syndication in respect of making sure that content gets filtered through down to all of those areas. So that's the other area that we definitely look at. The third element to it is also looking at citations. So citations that relate to one, your business area, and then two, actual business in general. So the important part of this is that you'll get many looking at the citations and the listings in directories that actually make sense from the perspective of your business, and that actually will help you move the needle. There are lots of services that offer you listings on all kinds of directory sites, and there are particular ones that we make sure that we'll list you on. So if we're talking, for example, and not all of them are made equal, and if we're talking in the area of actual business listings from a local SEO perspective, for example, then you've got Google My Business, you've got Foursquare, you've got Facebook, you've got Bing. So these are some example areas. And then if you're looking at business directory listings, then you've also perhaps got, I'm trying to think of a couple right now, but there's Yelp, there's Yale, there is reputational management properties such as Trustpilot, Glassdoor will probably advise you upon some of these areas. So these are the areas that really do make sense, and performing some forms of basic content, and potentially looking at some levels of blog posts where we could easily acquire links that are relevant to your directory, as rather relevant to your industry. So these are the areas that really do make sense as a means of starting with a company that is just starting out in the area of actual link building. So then you move on to the secondary tier. Now the secondary tier is looking at a website that's already healthy, already ranking, maybe page one, rank one for a couple of keyword terms. You're looking at taking things to the next level. What we described in the first phase won't work, right? So we then move on to the second phase, which is a more involved part. This is actual link outreach, where we do some element of manual outreach to look how easily we can acquire links in blog posts and relevant sites online that really do add value to your actual area of business. That's the first element to it. Second element is building longer form content that people are happy to then link to, right? So this is some of the kind of backlink or skyscraper content that Brian Dean talks about. And what I'd say is that the areas that then also matter or are references that link back to you, building some level of skyscraper content that people will link to, and then also looking at actual guest posts, right? So these are the areas. We'll also then take that a step further and look at the competitive landscape to look at your backlink profiles of the companies that you compete with to see where are they acquiring links from. How easily can we acquire links from those places, where and when those links aren't relevant and they are relevant, and looking at a mixture of these processes to ensure that we're getting you content, or rather links, from high quality sites with good domain authority, that are aged sites that have relevance, meaning and authority within Google. So they are the two phases of link building, for the new and for the established. And then also in the case of a company that's had some bad SEO, we'd look at disavowing many of your links, looking at removing those links that are really damaging and harming your site rather than helping. We'd also see where we can issue some takedowns in some cases, they can remove links entirely. And we'd look at going through these processes as a result of growing your business. Now, that's not exhaustive, there's other elements to it. It does, of course, then also change further, still based upon, the Google algorithm, what the latest trends are. We look, as we're always learning as well, at, the thought leaders and playmakers in our industry, whether that be Moz, search engine land, looking at Backlinko, looking at anybody and everybody that, is developing new areas for learning and growth in this space, to continue applying the latest trends and thoughts and implementation evidence of it to our actual clients, as well as some of the guinea pig sites that we do use to see what experiments that we can run. So if all of that makes sense, that is what our link building process looks like. All right, see ya.